precisely 8 p.m. and a very warm welcome from our studios on MDI Road. This is the news first, the headlines. President Adama Barrow highlights his government's plans in addressing national development challenges as he crisscrossed the length and breadth of the country. Gambia International Airlines announced its first flight for the 2018 Hajj will depart Banjul on July 27 for the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. And President Buhari says Nigeria is making progress in reaching consensus to sign the Pan-African Free Trade Deal after 44 other countries appended their signatures. And Zimbabwe's effort to stem soaring parallel market currency trading saw its central bank inject $50 million into circulation. But will this help the escalating market rates? We'll find out. These and many more coming ahead in this hour. I am Jane Bajalo Marong. Thank you for joining us. President Adama Barrow has highlighted the importance of the National Development Plan in tackling the country's half-century development problems. President Barrow made the remarks on Wednesday in Jane Sanjal in the North Bank region and other communities in Sierra North as part of his nationwide dialogue with the People's Store. Suma Jadama reports.
From the North Bank settlement of James Sanjal down the central river communities of Kauru, Nyoro Tukloro, Kuntaru Flakunda, right to Jarumekoto, people used the meetings as an opportunity to inform the president and his entourage on challenges suppressing their entire development aspirations. Agriculture, which centered most part of the discussions, its mechanization according to rural farmers, requires adequate technical and financial support. Insufficient health, education, infrastructure, environment, and security services were all mentioned as challenges that deter the progress of the rural communities. President Barrow and his cabinet ministers took turn to briefly summarize the content of the National Development Plan, which seeks to tackle the perennial development problems of the country. On the areas of the country's internal security, peace, stability, and land dispute, President Barrow enjoined Gambians to be law-abiding and give maximum support and cooperation to the security agents, with specific emphasis on the police. The throw continues to the Upper River region. Suma Jadama reporting for Grts.
The United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees and the National Agency for Legal Aid in the Gambia have signed a memorandum of understanding on issues concerning delivering of legal aid service to refugees. The initiative is meant for refugees to have access to legal services in the Gambia. Seni Marina tells us more.
The signing of this MOU between the officials of the UN agency responsible for refugees in the Gambia and the National Agency for Legal Aid will ensure that refugees and other persons of concern to the UNHCR in the Gambia receive adequate access to justice. And part of this strategy is also designed to provide legal assistance and representation for refugees. Under the MOU, UNHCR will advocate for the community's legal education and representation of refugees to ensure their rights and respect of refugees' obligation, while NALA will commit to offering their services by sending lawyers and experts, including interpreters, into the communities to sensitize refugees on legal issues.
Today's ceremony is in regards to the delivery of legal services in the Gambia to persons of concern. Includes asylum seekers, refugees, returnees, internally displaced, and the stateless persons.
After appending their signature on the document, The head of the UN agency responsible for refugees in the Gambia, Mr. Sehu Sao, described the signing as a landmark event that will go a long way in advancing the protection of refugees and other persons of concern to UNHCR.
He said justice is available, is there, but access is a problem. And so this is the essence of our partnership with Legal Aid.
The Executive Secretary of the National Agency of Legal Aid in the Gambia, Mr. Charles Tomosi, said his office is well positioned to work in close partnership with UNHCR for the protection and promotion of the rights of all refugees in the Gambia.
NALA will be committed to providing legal assistance and advice and legal education as well to beneficiaries of this partnership. NALA will be committed to the identification and training of legal practitioners who would offer their services, legal services, pro bono in all refugee issues.
For the Director General of Gambia Immigration Department, Mr. Buba Sanya, refugees are greatly vulnerable and as such require constant assistance to guarantee their protection and safety. By Ensa Jaura, Commissioner of the Gambia Refugees Commission, whose agency works closely with UNHCR to support refugees, believe the signing will bring necessary legal services to the doorsteps of immigrant community. The MOU will be subjected to a review every 3 years. Seni Marina for GRTS News.
And officials of the Gambia International Airlines and the National Hajj Commission on Thursday organized an orientation ceremony for 1,700 intending pilgrims. As Seydou Kamara reports, the event also availed officials the opportunity to announce its first, second and third flights for the 2018 Hajj.
Annual Islamic journey to the holy city of Mecca, which is mandatory on every adult Muslim who can afford it to pay pilgrimage at least once in a lifetime. The National Hajj Commission on Thursday held an orientation ceremony for more than 1,000 intending pilgrims and announced 27, 28 and 29 July this month as dates set for its first, second and third flight to the Holy Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. The aim of the program is to raise awareness of the intending pilgrims on various issues concerning the Hajj. The chairperson of the Hajj Commission, Imam Babali, dilated on this year's Hajj activities, which has been decentralized, thus allowing private operators to participate in the business to make it more open and competitive.
What we are encouraging is cooperation and not competition. When I say competition here, I mean negative competition. But we need a very good, positive competition. That's what we are looking for. And we are very much optimistic as we have already visited the residents of our pilgrims and the way people prepare for them and the sensitization. I really believe we are going to have a very successful Hajj this year.
Presidential advisor on religious matters, Dembo Bojam, or the intending pilgrims to pray for the continued peace and stability in the country. Lamin Cham is the managing director of the Gambia International Airlines.
I am assuring those pilgrims who have decided to patronize GI that the sort of service that they are going to receive this year, the past pilgrims have never experienced such a service. It's going to be excellent. Our accommodation in Medina is one of the best. It's very close to the Holy Prophet's mosque, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and then it is only about 70 to 100 meters from the mosque.
Ahmed Fall, the Gambia Immigration Office Department, described this year's Hajj documentation as a success, adding that the documentations and other processes are almost hitch-free.
So it was very easy this year, and we started the operations early. All this that you are seeing here, everyone has been issued with a passport. What they are waiting for now is only the visa authorities from Saudi. Yes.
Some of the intending pilgrims who spoke to GRTS delight and further strengthen the faith as Muslims and thank their families and the government for the support.
Hajj is not an easy thing. Though I've never been there, but I've been reading books, I've been downloading websites, I know it's not an easy thing because you leave all your comfort behind and go to face Allah. That's every Muslim, we are all praying to have that. Every Muslim is praying to have that. So it's not an easy thing. I pray to God that we go in peace and perform our Hajj in peace, come back in peace, and make du'as for the entire Ummah, especially the Gambians.
This activity is very, very important for all those that are going to make up this year and the subsequent years that are coming ahead. Now, we have to thank the organizers. I'm really very grateful to them, and we have to thank the government of the Gambia for providing the conducive environment for everybody.
The internal pilgrims, numbering 1,700, set to perform this year Hajj, who were supposed to undergo a simulation exercise, have been postponed till further notice due to heavy rains. Saidu Kamara, GTS News.
The Commission of Inquiry probing into the financial dealings of former President Jammeh and close associates on Thursday saw business tycoon Amadou Samba reappeared before the Jammeh Commission to give evidence in connection to Gam Petroleum Storage Facility in Mandinare. Ibrahim Sane was following the proceedings and filed in this report.
In his testimony before the Jammeh Commission, Mr. Samba admitted signing a letter dated 17 November 2004 for the application of the proposed land for the construction
will amount to $6,889,630.
Over $6 million should be paid to villagers of Mandinari, but only $1 million was given to them, as this was confirmed by Amadou Samba.
As far as particularly Mr. Jaji said,
he was not there at all. It was me, myself, the chief of Combo North, who else? I think Ibi Mas Job was there, and the late Dibi Jallo.
Mamadou Jallo, former managing director of NAWEC, also appeared before the commission. He was cross-examined by Victoria Andrews, counsel for Mohamed Basi, to clarify issues surrounding the fuel shortage in the country in 2000 and 2001 that led to severe power.
They're just looking for news from friends. They're looking at their news feeds of what is happening. And that is why there's this big joy of this application being integrated with Facebook. So you can't miss it. So you cannot miss it, and it will be easier for you looking for a job.
The project manager, Annette Sambu, noted that the app was designed for people with zero technology experience to leverage existing traditional employment networks.
As technology is advancing rapidly and more people are connecting to social media platforms each and every day, most especially Facebook, the app has been made easy for people with little or no technology experience to be able to digitally apply for suitable jobs online.
Further on, Bintu Kuti and Ibrahim Abari both showed the audience how job seekers and employers can use the app.
Now I just have to fill in the requirements, the things that I'm looking for, the skills that I'm looking for. I just have to fill in all the information. If I want a long-term job, I tell you it's long-term. I could also tell you the benefits, whether I'd offer you health insurance.
The app also illustrates the ranges of different jobs that suits one's profession and location, and the company specifications on what type of skilled workers are needed, with the terms and conditions displayed upon being employed. For GRTS News, I'm Ibrahim Chan.
The National Environment Agency and its partners convened in an inception meeting of the project preparatory grant for the National Multifocal Area Project to be implemented in order to tackle the challenges concerning the ecosystem in the Gambia. Aminata Sanyang reports.
Faced with numerous environmental hitches, the National Environment Agency and its partners are working towards greater protection and conservation of the Gambia's natural environment. Environmentalists are now meeting to initiate learn and seascape plans for restoration to improve ecosystem services and livelihoods to expand and effectively manage protected areas in the Gambia.
It is a project that will be looking at the ecosystem services, and we want to restore the damages done to some of the environment, the land side, and also to protect some of our living organisms, that is mainly the aquatic environment also. So basically, that's what the launching is all about. It's a restoration of the landscape and also the seascape. So it's on two sides, both the terrestrial and also the aquatic.
The newly launched project presents a viable opportunity to advance environmental preservation when implemented. Adamu Buhari is a delegate from the United Nations Environment Program, which serves as the implementing agency of the project.
Project has taken stock of a lot of initiatives that happen on that issue, and want to work with the government and the stakeholder to define what is the most policy option to ensure that the land use planning become really effective in the Gambia, but also at the same time use the opportunity of the project to pilot some activities like creating and expanding the protected area for the country, which will help the country to achieve its international obligation.
In a move to decentralize the new ecological program, representatives from different regions in the country attended the roundtable to gather necessary information relevant to the project's implementation. Reporting for GRT's News, I am Aminata Sanyang.
Operatives of the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency have continued crackdown of drug users and peddlers. The latest exercise was a general raid within the Kanifing municipality and part of the West Coast region, leading to the arrest of 17 suspects. Modulamin Sane has more on that story.
17 young men are currently in police custody in connection to the use and peddling of drugs
from home. And these kids are coming from compounds. They have families. So for us arresting, prosecuting them, I don't think this is what we are yearning for.
At the High Command of the Drug Law Enforcement Agency, the crackdown on drug use and trafficking intensifies with greater commitments.
The law will take it first by taking the...
Hey, what are you doing here?
I'm going to replace my official 3G SIM card.
Why use a 3G SIM card when you have a 4G phone? Replace your 3G SIM card today for the real official 4G SIM and receive 1 GB of internet data for free.
Really?
Yes. Get 1 GB for free just by replacing your SIM card at any official outlet with no loss of contact. The cost of bundle from the 3G SIM card is the same for the 4G SIM. And guess what? With the 4G SIM card, you can also connect to the 3G network as well.
This is so cool. I'll replace my 3G SIM card right away to the real 4G SIM and receive my very own 1 GB for free.
From AfriCell, it's always real and it's for free.
Where AfriCell goes, oh, no one has the speed to follow.